Something strange and bizarre is happening in Trump world. A new AI video just dropped, and MAGA is obsessed. It's over the top, borderline blasphemous, and yet Trump voters are treating it like it's gospel. At first glance, this AI video might even seem like a joke, but it's the reaction. That's where the story really begins. How's it going, everybody? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, our story really begins with a simple meme. Donald Trump has a very bad habit of continuously joking about being the next pope.
I'd like to be Pope. That would be my number one choice.
I do want to pop up this image right here on your screen. Now, ahead of the conclave, the White House posting this AI-generated photo of President Trump as the Pope. No caption there, but the image retweeted about 29,000 times with, as you'd imagine, a lot of comments. Just a week ago, President Trump traveled to the Vatican alongside the First Lady, Melania Trump, and a lot of other world leaders for the funeral of Pope Francis. Important to note, of course, the two had their disagreements over the years, but President Trump said he wanted to honor the Pope's memory.
Now, of course, Donald Trump was met with quite a bit of condemnation for this ridiculous post. And I get that people are going to claim it's just a joke, but this is particularly disrespectful. He made this post during the 9-day period of official mourning observed by the Catholic Church following the death of a pope. So it's not only at minimum risky and at worst distasteful, but it's also downright disrespectful, no matter how you spin it. And Trump's disrespect didn't go unnoticed, as he was called out by many different Catholics.
Catholics condemned Trump's Pope meme as a disgraceful stunt in the middle of a sacred mourning period for Pope Francis. While daily masses and prayers continue across the globe, Trump chose to post an AI image of himself dressed as the Pope. The New York State Catholic Conference responded bluntly, "Do not mock us." Jesuit priest James Martin called it deeply offensive, especially coming from someone who just attended the late Pope's funeral. Even Italian Senator Matteo Renzi slammed the post, saying it offends believers and proves Trump enjoys clowning around with sacred institutions. Critics say this isn't just bad timing. It's Trump testing the waters once again, hiding behind a joke to see just how much disrespect his base will let him get away with.
Now, of course, it didn't take long for Trump's little butt buddy, D Vance, to also chime in. That's right, he put down the eyeliner to say that Trump was just joking around, LOL.
Vice President D Vance is facing backlash for awkwardly defending Donald Trump's AI-generated Pope meme, just days after the death of Pope Francis. When asked if he was fine with this disrespect, Vance deflected with a culture war pivot, writing, "As a general rule, I'm fine with people telling jokes and not fine with people starting stupid wars that kill thousands of my countrymen." Vance, a Catholic himself who met with the late Pope shortly before his death, seemed more interested in scoring political points than showing reverence.
When Trump posts a meme of himself as the next pope, it's not really a joke. It's a test. Like so many of his quote-unquote jokes before, it's a trial balloon to see how far he can push the boundaries of power, reverence, and public submission. Whether he's musing about being president for life, floating martial law, or now dressing himself in literal religious clothing, these aren't random gags. They're strategic provocations. This meme blurs the line between satire and ambition because Trump has a well-documented history of cloaking serious intentions in humor. He jokes, watches the reaction, and if it lands well with his base, it becomes part of his platform. What starts as a meme today could easily become policy tomorrow. But now, the MAGA disrespect has reached a whole new level. That's right, the moment you've all been waiting for. This AI video was posted about Donald Trump becoming the next pope, and guess what? The Trump crowd I already know a bunch of conservatives are claiming if any liberals are upset by this, it just proves the liberals don't have a sense of humor. I would argue the conservatives don't have a sense of humor. This wasn't funny at all. Even worse than this video are the comments. Someone says, maybe God has a sense of humor. I can't love this more. Liberals hate the Trump as Pope meme. Again, as I was just explaining, it's because it's not so much a meme as it is a test. When a wannabe king jokes about the crown, it's not comedy. It's foreshadowing. Someone else says, bravo, the last pope wasn't Catholic, so why should the next one be? I'm sorry, does this guy not understand what Catholics are? Someone else who loudly and proudly supports MAGA replied by saying, we would love that. And this is exactly what I mean. It's a meme right now, but if Trump gets enough people saying we would love that, who knows? He might try to start pushing for this nonsense. Accidental insurrectionist Fran says, I love it. Why is her tweet only 2 words? But I can tell a boomer wrote this. Someone else says, LOL, Democrats' heads will be spinning. Again, MAGA, do you guys care at all about policy, about respecting or disrespecting religion? Do you care at all about this? Or do you simply care about triggering the libs? So Trump continues to test the reaction of various different things, all while hiding behind the plausible deniability of, it's just a meme, bro. And to make matters worse, MAGA continues to suck up to everything Donald Trump does. It's embarrassing, but not surprising. MAGA, you guys are a bunch of sheep. And unfortunately, if Trump told you that walking around on all fours would trigger the libs, you'd probably do it.